Oh, do you want me to move my car so you can get a picture of that?
No, that's fine. We'll walk around.
They'll stop right here.
We'll walk around. People stop here and look around, do they?
They stop right there and they'll go slow because they think there's a real accident.
Oh, they think there's an accident.
Right, and then they'll creep up and then they'll realize it's not real and then they speed off.
Okay, so we are here. We're hitting the story before we even start our story here. We're on, what's the name of this road?
Gilbert Road.
Gilbert Road in Moores, not too far from Woods Falls. And Judy and I drive by here periodically, and I said last spring we got to find out a little bit more about this place. And I looked on the county tax map and I found out who owned it, and I said, hey, I know those people. And one of the owners is keeping moving, so I won't get her on camera here, but I got to get her on at least enough to show you what she looks like quickly here. We're not looking to do the Pam Boulerice story, but we're at least going to say hi to you.
Hi. Yeah, you caught me working.
That's right, you were vacuuming, and I asked if I could get my car vacuumed, and you said no. So, and your hubby, Dick, was in the back. Now, this is, you said, been in the Boulerice family for a couple of generations at least, right?
Yes, Dickie was born in this house.
Okay, we won't ask how many years ago, but I used to, when Judy and I were working at Sheridan, Harris Graphics, we knew a lady named Ruth Brassard, and she had a brother named Dickie. Any relation to you guys?
Yes, Dickie's the baby brother of 7.
7, wow, the youngest.
Yes.
Okay, but it doesn't say Dickie when I looked on the tax map. It says, was it Eugene, is it?
Yes, he goes by Eugene. His middle name is Richard, so he goes by Dick.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys have been here for how long?
Dickie and I have been married for 50 years.
50 years?
Yes.
You're definitely a child bride then, right?
I was.
So you've been here for 50 years?
Yes.
Oh, you moved in, threw his parents out, and
Yes.
Yes,
His dad had passed away and his mom didn't want to live alone, so we stayed with her for a little bit. And then instead of doing something else, we built a whole apartment on the house, and she stayed right here, and we took over the main part, and she had her own apartment.
wow. And who were his parents?
Bertha Boulerice and Wilford.
Okay. I know there's a lot of Boulerices around. I went to school with some. Got a couple Boulerices just down the road from you here, so a lot of clans of Boulerices.
Yes, ours is Boulerice.
All right, because I think Wayne Boulerice I went to school with. His father was George, and of course Clifford Boulerice. They had the ER.
Mm-hmm.
And
You'd have to ask Dickie about all those.
yeah. There's at least a half dozen ways to spell Boulerice, and they're all correct too.
I know it.
All right, so it didn't always look like this.
No, it was a white house and it was flat even with the road.
Uh-huh.
We brought in tons and tons of sand and brought it up so we could put a basement because the basement was like you had to bend over to walk in it.
Uh-huh. I have one of those.
Yep. So
Wait, you had to bend over?
I never went down there. There's too many snakes.
Oh, okay. I know it's got to be low if Pam had to bend
Yes.
over. Yes. So,
We raised it and we spent a whole summer on stilts. And
holy cow.
the kids still remember because when the washing machine was spinning, they would sit on it to hold it still because the whole house would vibrate.
Oh my gosh. What year was that, Pam?
Oh, good grief.
Roughly, I'm going to give me an exact here.
Probably 75,
Wow.
something like that, around there.
That's the year Judy and I got married. So there.
Uh-huh.
So,
That tells a little bit, how
Yeah.
old Mel and you guys been married.
yeah. All right, so,
We put a full solar, we put a root solar in, and we did it under the whole house, so I have lots of space for storage.
okay.
And it's full after 50 years.
Where'd you find all your stones? Out in all the fields around here?
Oh, Dickie still says he cleaned all the fields and handled all those rocks and made them on fences, and then we dragged them all back here.
So you picked them up once to get them out of the fields, and you picked them up again to get them out.
All
off
back
the,
here, yes.
Off the stone walls.
Yes.
All right, so where are we going to start here, Pam? We want to take a tour of this.
Well, my NASCAR pole,
Okay, this is the chairs here.
those are the chairs, and the year Tony and Carl Edwards were going against each other, Dickie was fighting for Carl and I was fighting for Tony, and Tony won. Woohoo! So the red chair's on the top.
All right, and what are all the other green chairs?
Well, they're just different, the NASCAR colors. You know, everybody driver has different colors for their cars.
All right, so it's not a totem pole. It's a
No, that's not a totem pole. That's just my NASCAR chairs, and I replicated over here very little.
yeah, I see that. You got this this Mother's Day present you were telling me about here. But before we go there, let's stay at this end here so we don't have to run back and forth here.
Okay.
So look closer to you. Say this looks like a car wreck here with your car.
No, go around the car. I just
the car.
washed my car and got out
Oh,
of the way
I see.
because we're going to be blowing the
Okay.
driveway clean.
So there's bicycle here
Yes.
with somebody's face in the.
Our niece, Brenda Hebert, sent me a picture and said, Aunt Pamela, you have to do this. I said, okay. Uncle Dicky said, okay. And there we go. But it's caught a lot of attention.
So
Definitely.
does it catch the wind? No, that doesn't hasn't
move.
tipped it over yet.
Nope, he's got a rebar there and he's got it all fixed in pretty good.
Okay.
So it's pretty mobile.
And you got an old grain drill here. What's that? Is that from the farm?
No, we actually went to an auction and some guy outbid me.
Oh no.
And
Don't
then
you hate
this
that?
other guy comes up to me and says, I have one of those if you want it.
Oh.
And so he gave it to me for a good price. And there it is. I have my Cortland apples, my Mac apples, and I have 2 pear trees because you have to have them to cross-pollinate. And this year, before we could even harvest them,
Yeah.
the raccoons had a feast.
They climb the trees even?
They climbed the trees, they broke the branches.
Oh my gosh.
I sent a picture to the girls with the raccoon in the cage and a pear sitting right there. I go, we know who's eating them now.
What girls are those?
Christina, who's in Austin, Texas, and Heather, who is in Houston.
Houston, Texas. Both Texans.
They went to Texas and didn't want to come back. It's too cold.
Your daughters are in Texas.
They are. So yeah, my pear tree took a beating this year.
All right, well, you're supposed to put a partridge up there and it keeps the raccoons away, I
I
think.
guess.
And
we
you have a
do.
garden. You have nice tomatoes.
Yes, my tomatoes, I did tomato sauce, tomato juice, stewed tomatoes. I did green relish, chili relish. Just trying to think of all the things I make with them. Let's see. We have our asparagus. I have made dill pickles. I dilled cauliflower. So I have tons of dilled cauliflower with, let's see what else I put in there. Just all yummy stuff. Little green tomatoes I put in there. That's why I have a lot of little tomatoes.
Well, see, Howard Lamberton's not going to open up next year, so you can take over the
Oh gosh,
garden,
no.
the vegetable stand.
No.
Now, is that a river back there that I'm looking at?
That is a dried up swamp.
A
And
dried
so
up swamp.
what we do is he's cleaning it out because it fills up in the spring. And so he's cleaning it out so that we'll have a nice flat thing. So the boys Chrissy has 2 young boys and they come up and they want to skate on it. So we want to get it cleaned out so it'll freeze nice.
Put some water in there.
Yes, our oldest grandson is a big hockey player. So he does tours all over.
Wow. So how closely related is he to
Jesse?
Mike's son, Jesse, yes. Former NHL player.
They're probably 3rd or 4th cousins, 5th cousins, if I don't even know if that's Dickie.
So I'm sure he tells a lot of his friends that my cousin played in the
there you
NHL,
go.
right?
Yes. Yep.
All right, west, south, north, is that accurate?
Well, when the wind doesn't turn it, the north is that way. Yep, it's pretty good.
Pretty good, okay.
Yep, the north is at an angle that way.
All right.
And we harvest, we keep our carrots, turnip, and beets in the ground, and all winter long, Dickie comes out and digs them up. So we have fresh vegetables all winter.
Holy cow.
They're so tasty, yes. He'll put a post so he'll know where they are because they're under snow. He says a few choice words here and there, but. And I have a big thing of rhubarb because I make rhubarb wine.
Wow.
And I cook with it. Drink a little bit here and there, but
you
not a
big.
big.
You got to make sure it's worthy.
Yeah. Horseradish. We got to harvest the horseradish and make some fresh horseradish. But yeah, pretty much everything's gone by.
So even though you're now retired from your job at the Northern Adirondack, you're keeping busy.
Not a dull moment. We get up at 7:30 and we go to bed at 9. Well, Dee goes to bed at 8:30. I go to bed at probably 1. I'm a night hawk. But yeah, we don't stop at all. It's
Wow.
24/7.
You got a grindstone back there.
There is, and this is my butterfly bush. You have to smell them. They smell so yummy. They're so pretty and
These purple things there.
yes.
All right. I'm sniffing.
If you can smell it.
Okay. All right. I'll go that. Oh yes, yes. Very, very different. You'll have to smell that, Judy. So it's, I imagine there was more
Yeah.
purple a couple weeks ago. We've had
Yeah,
a
it doesn't have
slight
too much
frost.
of a scent right now.
I just think it's pretty good. All right. So you guys have a lot of garden area.
That is my raspberries over there, and I usually get about 80 quarts to freeze, and I make raspberry jam and lots of raspberry pie.
Wow.
So usually, and then the ones that we don't eat, the boys, let's just go out there and eat constantly. And they're great for breakfast. You go out and pick fresh raspberries for breakfast. My fall harvest, I have about 2 rows of those, so I can go out and pick in the fall too. So it's neat to have raspberries pretty much year round.
Yeah. Wow. That's.
Yep.
So do you? Every year you come up with new things to do here, or you must be reaching the
Well,
maximum point pretty
I'll
soon.
show you the maximum, yes.
Okay.
Our line is over there, and Dickie just made me a paint shed over there where on the other end of his wood shed so
Uh-huh.
that I can go over there and paint and not bother him.
Oh, you're an artiste?
Well, if you notice, it's a garden of chairs,
Uh-huh.
and I have chairs everywhere,
Uh-huh.
and I paint them all different colors, and
Oh.
that's where I do all my painting over there.
All right. Keeps you in the shade.
It does.
All right, so I imagine these steps here were added by you guys?
Yes, they're
Okay.
they're in the midst. It's not only me that likes to keep changing things. Dickie plans on leveling this out, and he'll refinish this. He started rebuilding the wall over there because it kind of fell because the moles go underground and make
Uh-huh.
holes, and so I do the garden dance.
Uh-huh.
And as I was stepping there, it kind of like pushed the rocks out, and the whole wall tumbled down.
Uh-oh.
But after, it's been there for quite a while. We'd have to ask Dickie how long that wall's been up there. But
Okay.
yeah, so I transplanted some rhubarb there.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of flowers are these? Are these hydrangeas?
Yes, they are. Those are very old ones. Now, that whole row over there
Uh-huh.
was hydrangeas, and those are the maiden ones that when I first moved here, his mom had, and they're the snowball.
Uh-huh.
And there was just a few by the house, and I put them over there, and it's just got a whole row of them.
Wow. So
And then
they'll-
we put these over here.
Oh.
Oh,
got a
she's
bird.
Got a bird.
You nasty cat, you. We're not going to promote that, catching birds there.
Oh,
Bad cat.
yep.
Now, what's this little wedding venue here?
That's my grapes.
Great.
And I got strawberries up here. I don't have too many strawberries because when I eat them, my cheeks swell.
Oh.
So I make enough so that the kids can have some to pick, and Dickie likes strawberries, and Chrissy loves strawberries, so I keep a few just so they can have some. And that's my horseradish this year. I transferred up there.
Uh-huh.
It is humongous. I don't. It must like it up there. So
Yeah, it's definitely horseradish country here.
I guess so.
All right.
So this,
Uh-huh.
a friend of mine's son was getting married, and they wanted a place to have it, and so we let them have their wedding here reception, and they just loved all the places they could take pictures. But yeah, so this is overgrown right now, so it'll get trimmed this winter.
And then you spend the summer watching it overgrow again.
Yes, because I don't want to cut it in the summer because it loses all its juices.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
we love it. It's entertaining. I never have a dull moment. Between that and last November when we had that windstorm
Yes.
come down from Canada, we lost 7 or 9 trees.
Wow.
And so it took us a while to clean up that, and we were lucky there was no major structural damage. I'll show you one spot where it fell. But yeah, we had a lot to clean up.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of
A lot of
big
debris,
trees got
branches.
blown,
Well,
blown
we're on
down.
flat rock, so the roots don't go down very low. So
Okay.
these pine trees, you get a wind in them, and the gust will just knock them right down. So yeah, I spend a lot of time picking berries. And Dickie is just horrifying my landscape. He put in a generator. Yeah, I said, that don't go here. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the power goes out, you'll say thank you.
Yes, but I will give me a moment. Once I know where they're going to back up the fill, I will camouflage it. You won't even
Okay.
know it's there.
Well, don't shut off the vents. You just gotta
I know.
breathe. Just gotta breathe.
Yep. Yep.
So. Okay, so continuing work in progress
Which
here.
way we going?
I'm following you. I don't want to miss anything
Well, if
because
we
I don't
wanna-
want you to say Calvin head me away, and I want to tell him about that. So it's your tour here.
Well, we're kind of going the newest now.
Okay.
So Dickie's making all trails in the woods because the boys like to ride the four-wheelers when they're here.
Christina's Way.
Christina's Way, and if you go deeper in, it says Heather's Drive,
Okay.
and that's on the way to where they go deer hunting.
Uh-huh.
Heather got her deer a couple years ago.
And took it all the way back to Texas?
No, we mounted it for her, but we haven't got it to her in Texas yet. We sent her a picture. And Chrissy, oh, she's going to shoot me. She had went up to hunting camp, and they were going out to go hunting, and she gets there, and a nice buck comes out, and she shoots, and couldn't shoot the second time because she had left her clip at the camp.
One shot, Christina.
One shot, and she missed it. So yeah, she's still mortified. But yeah, so we're in the process of making, starting here,
Uh-huh.
and they're gonna do, what do you call it? One of those, you run through it, all different kinds of things to do.
Okay, a little obstacle course type
Yes,
of thing.
an obstacle course. We're gonna start over here, and we've started collecting our stuff. Well, when the boys come, that's when we do this stuff. So if they don't come, we don't get much further with it. And we work on the tree house when the boys are here.
Okay, so they come every summer, is it?
They come for the month of July. Cohen and Dane is the older one, and Cohen is the younger boy. And so last couple summers ago, we built the tire railing. And last summer, we built the climbing wall.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And right now, we're putting everything in storage underneath it.
You got a little tree house of sorts here.
Yeah, it's kind of a little big, but they can fit 4, and then there's a table and chairs. I'll bring you up. It's so cool up there to see the whole landscape.
Oh, okay, great.
Now, when we built this, it felt like it was far from the house, but now it doesn't seem that far.
I noticed this guy in a red shirt has been keeping busy here.
Yeah.
Is he any help to you in all these projects?
Yeah, I kind of will, say something and let him think about it, and then he'll kind of bring it back up and say, "Are we going to do that?" I'm like, well, if you want to. So Cohen usually helps me out, and Dane's usually following his Pepe all over. And we worked on this fireplace a couple years ago. And usually we'll come out here and set, and he built them all their wooden chairs.
Are they out here on their little phones enjoying nature, or do you?
They don't use their phones too much when they're here.
All right.
If it's rainy and we don't have games to play, then they might, but Cohen does parkour, so Cohen never stops running and jumping.
Okay, good.
I mean, he goes right up this thing, and he's up there, and oh my goodness, he's everywhere.
How old are they now? Roughly?
Dane is 14, and Cohen is a year and a half younger.
All right, that's 12 and a half.
Yep.
Yep. All right, we're going in this silo.
This silo is so exciting.
Exciting silo. It's like the haunted castle. All right, so I'm going to shut the camera off, otherwise we'll have a whole lot of bouncing camera. And we're going to go
It's a spiral staircase Dickie
up
made
the-
me.
All right. Dick, of course, before he became highway superintendent, he has been a carpenter all of his life, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to shut it off right now.
But I just love it up here.
All right, we've made it up. We're, I don't know, maybe no more than 10 feet off the ground here, but it is a interesting view up here, and walking through the pine cones. And I see a water wheel over there.
That goes down, and there's another whole story there.
Uh-oh.
When
Can you tell us?
the first pond was when we had the flood, and I wanted to live by the river, and Dickie comes home with a backhoe and starts digging a hole in the front of that yard.
96 was it you're talking, or what? That flood?
Yes. And so he said, here's your, you can live by the water. He didn't want to build by the water.
I brought the water to you.
Yes. And then he wanted, everybody thinks it's me. Well, a couple years later, he's like, I want a brook. And we couldn't fit it in that pond, so what do you think he did?
I don't know.
He built a second one.
A second pond.
And he wanted a bridge. So he built the second one, he put his bridge over it, and he's got 2 brooks. Yes, and it wasn't me, it was Dickie. So yes, there's that whole pond, and I said, well, if you get a bridge and a brook, I want a water wheel.
Well, yeah.
So I got the water wheel. He built me that. So yes.
Yeah, I know we're missing out on some flowers once we get to a more flowered area, but we do have the turning colors of the trees right now, and so that's
Yes,
different too here.
there's tons of flowers, but yeah, they're pretty much, I've cut everything back.
Yeah.
Now, the tree house, I wanted crooked windows.
And you got them.
I got my crooked windows. Dickie goes, it's hard enough putting windows in without putting them in crooked.
Well, I could do it, but not on purpose.
Yeah. Oh, I guess. But now, everything's in here for storage.
Storage, okay.
And the grandkids didn't come home this year, so we didn't take anything
Okay,
out.
so everything's just storage here. They know. But here's a beautiful little room, bunk area for bunking up there. You
We
can
do
sleep
4 bunks. They got their table. I want to make swings with these.
Okay, I thought you were gonna have the bucking horses there.
No, I'm going to make some swings with them.
Charge them a quarter and make
Yeah.
some money off them.
Now, the kids at NAC made the nutcrackers, and they were going to toss them because they couldn't bring them home. And I asked them if I could have them, and they said yes. Our youngest grandson has 83 nutcrackers. His goal is to get 100. And so when they got here last summer, I had him on the deck, and he had his eyes closed, and it was dark, and he come around the corner, and I told him to open his eyes. He was so excited to see the giant.
But he couldn't get that on the plane, though, could he?
No, he left them here, and they're made out of cardboard. So with the summer, the rain and stuff, and
Yeah.
they survived though for the whole summer, and everybody enjoyed them.
Yeah. So this is pretty sturdy here. It's the
Yeah.
wind hasn't taken it either, because you got a
No.
master carpenter like.
They have a zip line.
Oh, okay.
I've got the seat off it right now because in the winter, we don't use it.
Okay. So have you zipped on it many times?
I'm afraid of height.
Well, this is one way to get down in a hurry.
Well, I told them I would go down it when the snow is real high.
It hasn't happened yet. Hasn't been deep enough yet, has
No,
it?
not deep enough. Yeah, I don't go too far over here. Once the kids get back up here, we'll finish doing the railing.
Okay, as we'll watch Pam fall off the edge here.
We have a fireman's pole.
Okay.
So
You
they
slide down and you have
they
to.
come up the climbing wall. They go down the fireman's pole. They go down the zip line. Oh my goodness. Yep. It's never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Dickie said he's going to put a bell on me because he never knows where I am. He can't find me. Oh, did you? Thank you. I know this one's loaded right here too.
Yeah, we got lots of pine needles here. Okay, we're gonna go down the stairs and shut the camera off again. Okay.
So Dickie just made me this because right here I have some of the natural flowers that I want to keep, so that'll
Okay.
protect them.
Okay, so as you clean,
Yep.
you said on before we started the camera, you keep the natural
I try
flowers,
to
they're the
keep
wildflowers.
I'm trying to think of the name of them. I can't.
Wildflowers.
Wildflowers, yes.
But a particular kind you were trying to think of here. That
Yes,
grows here.
Jack in a pulpit.
Sure.
So-
You can't just make up names. And
There we go. There was a big pine tree right there that when it fell last November, it landed right across the walkway of the tree house.
Ooh, lucky you didn't hit the tree house.
And it didn't damage it. It just landed there. So we were lucky, but
Did you break that chair over there?
that chair's seen its day. I have a door somewhere out there in the woods hanging from a tree. We were supposed to have our 50th anniversary party this year, but with the virus we didn't, so we're probably trying to try for next July. But
51's a good year too.
51's a good year. Yeah, I got flowers all over the place, and we're always doing something to up it.
Always coming up with ideas.
Yes. And I always have overflow of flowers, so I transplant them somewhere else, and then I got to take care of them, so I got to stop doing that. Now there, we had a hummingbird that landed in the gazebo screen, and so our Dane, our grandson, said we have to bury it. So he made a cross for it, and he put the year it died, and we buried it there.
Oh, isn't that nice?
So that's what that cross is for. It's for a hummingbird, because we love our hummingbirds.
I think your husband went back to work.
Yes.
He's not going to come in this tour at all, is he?
Well, he's getting ready for hunting season.
Oh.
He's making his trails in the woods.
Okay, today is the 27th of September. I didn't mention that. 2020.
So my he's already kind of plugged this up. Our when I was teaching health, I had a health club, and they decided wanted to do a camping trip. And I said, well, we could go to the Garden of Chairs. And they said, okay. Of course, they didn't know where that was. And I said, but we'll have to go to the bathroom outdoors in the woods. And they go, oh, Mrs. Boulerice, don't make us do that.
Oh.
And I said, oh, you poor kids, you're going to have to use an outhouse.
These are bobcats. Imagine if they were city kids.
I know.
So there it is.
And then they saw the bathroom.
There you go. It all works too.
It all works.
But you have to, I think, close it up for the winter.
We close it up in the winter, yes. And yes. And if you notice, if you go real close, most of the articles are from the newspapers about people we know.
Okay.
So a lot of times people will go to the bathroom, they don't come out, and the next person's going, you hurry up.
I'm reading the wall.
They're reading the walls.
Okay, so you use toilet paper though. You're supposed to use old magazines and
Definitely don't use
catalogs.
leaves because there's poison
Catalogs.
stuff. And there's my shower, because when I'm working out here, I get so dirty.
uh-oh.
I just shower and I keep right on working.
All right, well, keeps her clothes on here, so don't
Yes, I
don't
keep my
slow
clothes
down.
on.
She keeps her clothes on. Don't.
He is going to fix me a thing around it so that, but yeah, I have to keep my clothes on.
Okay,
Because I keep working.
that's right.
I never stop.
Never stop. If you did, he'd give you a heck, right?
Yes.
And if he stops, you give him heck.
Uh-huh. No, I don't give him heck. Usually you'll find him sitting in a chair at the end of the day where I'm working, and he's watching me having his beer at the end of the day.
You're having his beer.
He's having his beer.
Oh, he's having his beer. Okay.
So a tree broke right there and knocked down all our nice big maples right here.
Uh-huh.
So we just planted some, hopefully they'll take. The two on the end took, he just planted this one in the middle. Because the one we planted in the middle didn't take. So, yeah, I had beautiful maples here.
All right. So, let's see. We'll go around and we'll come back for the your
Come back
little
over to the
gazebo
maple,
here.
Yes. Careful you don't trip. All my trees down.
Oh, what's this little trail here? Is this a
Oh,
racetrack?
dear. So, yes. 2 summers ago, Dane had 2 concussions and he couldn't do anything. So his mother says, well, let's get go-karts. You can stand there and race a go-kart.
Okay, radio-controlled cars.
Yes, those great big things.
Uh-huh.
And so we all got cars, and there's a water, they got to jump over the water thing, and there's a big S up there, and we've got it curved and banked and everything, and it goes all the way around. So yeah, we come out and have race cars. However, they didn't come this summer, and it's like, Grandma's not cleaning off the track. When you guys come, you can clean. I have enough to do. Jazz must be watching for something over there.
COVID-19 has messed up a lot of plans.
It has.
All right, so you got another chair out here. Why?
That is, again, covering Jack in the Pulpit. And then there's some lady slippers in here, and there are distinct plants, pot flowers in here.
Okay.
And so everybody giggles and they say, there goes Pamela and Chrissy out there cleaning the floor because we're out here weeding all the time. And my neighbor has a daughter named Sierra, and she comes and helps me.
Well, that's nice.
She goes to NCCS.
Oh, yeah? Sierra who?
Sierra King.
All right. A cougar.
Yes, she is.
Well,
I'm a cougar.
you're in Moore's Force here, so you're in Northeastern schools district.
Our kids went to Northeastern.
That's right.
And this trail goes all the way around to back, way around where we started. We got trails all over in the woods.
So how much property do you own here?
Right now, we got about 35 acres.
Is it mostly wooded that you're clearing out? There's no hayfields and stuff like that?
No, no hay fields. They're all growed up. They used to be.
Oh,
but-
all growed up. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like your kids, all growed up.
Yes. So last 2 summers ago, not this past summer, summer before, I came out and I started cleaning over here, and Dickie's like, "Really, Pamela?" I go, "Well, your line is right there. There's your fence,
That's
Dickie."
your property line?
So right to the end of that fence, that's as far as I'll go. And he goes, "Well, it's a good thing because the Wood Falls is that way." We'd have to stop when we got to Wood Falls, but our line goes right there. It's kind of like a rectangle, but it goes at an angle across the road.
Okay.
So I started making my whimsical garden. So I don't know if you saw the tree over here, all colors, the
Yeah,
rainbow
yellow and
tree.
red and yeah, that's a rainbow tree.
That's my rainbow tree.
Is it that's a dead tree though?
It's a dead tree, and
Is it?
yeah,
Is it-
Dickie loves me because I said, "Dickie, we have to go in the woods and find a dead tree."
Oh, so you were planted it.
We took it, yeah, he laid it across his horses, and I painted it. And Cohen was here, he helped me a little bit. And last year, again, November, that tree fell and knocked it down, so I had to repaint it this year. We'll go this way. And this is my old apple tree that everybody wanted to burn, and I said, "Don't you dare touch it. I love it." But I lost a limb off from it this summer.
Okay.
But yeah, I love it.
Okay.
And
You got a
then,
skull underneath there.
yeah, that's from a deer, I think. Must be.
Okay. All right, go ahead. I didn't mean to
Eh,
interrupt you
No,
here.
that's okay. So I saw these mushrooms, a picture, and I said, "Oh my gosh, Dickie, we have to make mushrooms." So actually, he cut me the base of it, the stem, and we took tires. He put a flat board underneath the tire and drilled it in, and then he stuck it onto that, and we stuffed it full of batten, and then we put the tablecloths over them and stapled them on. And yes, everybody stops and sees the mushrooms, and I have lights to put on them. We'll start putting them on during the Halloween season, because if you get closer, you're going to see something spectacular over here.
Uh-oh.
I have to have a lot of spiders because my sister Monica's definitely afraid of spiders. And I told her that when I die, I'll give all my spider pins to her. So we made this giant spider web. My giant spider. I actually tried to put some glow stuff on it so that when a car light hits it, it would glow, but it didn't work.
Didn't work out, huh?
Yeah.
I gotta cut the right angle here, otherwise I'm getting to get the sun here.
So Dickie took rebar and fixed them all in the ground at the way I wanted, and then he stapled the grapevines. We had to go in the woods and find big, big grapevines to put around it.
And you kept them. You didn't cut those vines. As finding them that long is a challenge.
Yes.
In one piece.
There's a couple. I think there's a couple pieces, but yes, we tried to get it all in one piece if we could.
Okay, and you got is that a man, or what is that sitting over there?
Well, that again is another art project that the kids made at NAC, and they were going to toss them, and of course
Well, yeah.
I said, "I'll take them," and there he sits.
Okay.
Actually, when we had the wedding, the bride sat next to him and took pictures.
He's even got his shoes with him there, I see.
Yes, I got a pair of shoes there.
Okay, and what's this animal next to him? Is that a deer?
That is a deer. There's a story behind that, too.
Uh-huh.
I went to an estate sale, and we'll get the pictures of the other statues in the front. And, of course, they wanted a lot of money for them, and I said, "Oh, I can't do that." And they told me they were closing on Sunday. So I went back, and I offered them for the one I wanted, and they go, "Oh, no, that's still too little." So I waited till like 5 minutes before they closed. And I went to them and said, "I'll give you this much for 2 of them." And he looks at me and he goes, "Oh, okay, take them." And this one was falling apart. And he says, "We might as well take that one too."
Oh, you got 3.
So I ended up with this one too. And Dickie had just got a welding machine. I said, "Perfect." Dickie, so now he could do the welding and he put it back together. I guess he said something about soft metal versus the other kind. That's why this one fell apart. I don't know. But yeah, something like that.
He knows those things.
He knows
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
I just tell him what I want and, you know.
Yeah, he just miraculously does it.
Yeah.
That's the way most husbands are.
That's why I got him. He's got 3 Superman shirts. This actually is what I first started. And I put those there when I had transplanted stuff. And then I said, I'm glad I put those there. Now I can just finish the rest of the landscaping over here. This, I had a flower up there. It was all white lace. So it represented the bride and her veil and everything when for the wedding party.
Okay.
That was there.
All right. So.
And I have a little metal chair and table set that goes here, where you can have the bucket in the center with your champagne.
So you're not looking for more business here for your wedding venue, are you?
It was very small. It was 30 people with no kids. It was very low maintenance. We talked about it, and we don't know yet what we're going to do. But yeah, no, nothing giant. No.
Cozy only.
Yeah, and they took care of everything.
Right.
You know, they brought their own food, and they bought their own tent and everything. And we just provided the land.
That's all.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tent goes right here.
Okay.
We couldn't put up the volleyball net because the volleyball net goes right here. And we got horseshoes over there. So this is where we planned to put our tent, but we didn't get to do it. We'll have to see. So this was all woods. Thick woods.
Wow.
And
that's a lot of work.
yes, so when Chrissy got married, she came over. They got married in Texas, but we had a reception here, and she came over the bridge, and they came through this, and they stood there for their pretend ceremony. We actually had a shotgun wedding. Yes. Now back here, well, the reason we put up the bathroom was because Dickie has his family reunion every year, and by the time 10 years go by, how much do you spend on a porta potty? I said, just build me one, Dick. Just build me. Just build
no
one.
problem.
So there it is. So
when he's in the doghouse, he's got a lot of choices here.
he does.
He doesn't have to sleep in the doghouse.
No, he never sleeps in the doghouse. So again, this is all woods in the swamp, and we wanted to do something for the grandkids, and so we built a sandbox. We call it a Cadillac sandbox.
They've kind of outgrown the sandbox, though.
Yes, they have. But we built it big enough so they could ride around on the toys, and then we built it big enough so the parents could sit in the back. But like you say, but with the reunion, there's still little kids, and they love the sand. Everybody loves the sand.
Yeah, and you got it surrounded by screens so the cats don't get in there.
The cats don't get in or nothing else.
Cats leaving surprises in the sand is not fun.
Well, with the swamp, you've always got so many mosquitoes.
Yeah, so you want to have it.
Yeah. And so this is Dickie's pond. This
is the second brook.
This is the second pond that he built because he wanted a bridge and he wanted brooks.
Did he build that wheel himself?
He did.
Wow.
Yep. He's got it going a little fast right now, but yeah, we built.
Showing off.
Yes. He's pretty talented.
He is.
I'd have to get 3 to trade him in.
Well, you would have to at least. At least. And he's old enough that if you took his age and divided it by 3, you'd do all right.
There we go.
Okay, and this is the
I don't know if you
the
want
wedding
to get up
bridge.
there or not. Or
Well, why not? We'll,
just be careful.
uh-oh.
Because the pine needles are slippery this
Oh.
time of year.
All right. I managed to get up here without slipping. Yes, it is a nice view up here.
We had some beautiful koi in here. They had to be at least that long.
Koi?
Yep. And
What are koi?
the fish, they're not goldfish, they're koi. They're big
Okay.
ones like you go when you go to the Chinese restaurants, you know, those fish.
You had them, and what happened to them? The cats ate them?
No. Well, 3 winters ago now, I'm looking out the front window and I see this black thing humping across my lawn. And then I see something flapping out of his mouth. It was a mink, I guess. And he enjoyed his meal, I'll tell you. But you have to keep it open, otherwise they would suffocate.
Yeah.
So we kept it open and they get in.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to put some fish in next spring. I waited long enough. Hopefully the animals around will think there's nothing in here anymore.
Right.
And they won't come back here to eat.
Hopefully.
So yeah.
I think Ron Lisa on my road has a pond with some that's deep enough that he's able to keep fish in it year round.
Yes. Well, they'll stay in here year round, but that's if they don't get ate up.
Yeah. Well, also it freezes too. You know. You
Well,
notice
that's
that?
why we have to keep that on. We keep that pump on.
Oh, okay.
It's like you put next to the boats,
Uh huh.
so it keeps it open.
Oh, okay.
There has to have some air getting in, otherwise for the to escape. Otherwise, it suffocates the fish.
Okay. So reoxidizes the water.
It does. Right now, my pine needles are going everywhere. So every 3 years, we'll empty the pond. We got to go in and hose down all the rocks, clean out all the muck. It's not. Yeah, it's not fun.
What do you do with the water?
We just pump it out.
Just pump it out and then just refill it?
Yeah.
Put it in jars and pump it back. Push it back in after.
We'll fill it back up, and you have to put the chemicals in to balance it out. And okay, be careful now.
Oh yeah. I'd be suing. Don't worry. I'd have it on camera too.
So all this rock work, that's why my fingernails are gone. All the rock work I keep working on every summer. I do a little bit different. Oh, this back here is my sundial.
Okay. Is it accurate?
It's accurate. It is.
Is it on daylight savings time or standard time?
It's standard. So the trees keep growing, unfortunately, or fortunately.
Yeah.
So right here is noon,
There's noon.
and here's 3 o'clock,
Okay.
and now 6 o'clock never happens because my trees have
The
grown
trees
up.
have eliminated 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Jess.
So all afternoon she knows what time it is, but once it gets to
Yeah.
evening time.
So this one is the shape of a butterfly. You can see the body down the center.
Okay.
It kind of got massacred. I come home from school one day and Dickie has it dug from the house all the way out to the field because our well, he had to put in a new well, so he had pipes all the way, and I just smiled and threw all the plants back in after he was done.
You didn't say any cuss words at all.
No,
I know Pam. She doesn't even know any cuss
appreciate-
words. She doesn't even know any.
I got to appreciate, this is the shape of a family, your crest, your shield,
Uh-huh.
and I have all kinds of stuff. I can't remember half the names of them. I did make the little tags. I'm going to put them on a fork and put them in the garden so when people come for a tour, they can see what everything is.
You offer tours, do you?
I'm thinking of starting that next year or the year after. We're going to do tours.
Well, somebody has it. They didn't do it this year, but they have that garden tour every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, they said we're too far out from Plattsburgh.
Yeah, you're in the boondocks here.
Yeah, people want to do quick.
Yeah, yeah. Well, too
But-
bad for them. They're missing out on this.
Yep, my lavender. Oh, my herb garden is back that way.
All right, let's go look at the herbs with a silent H.
I do my sage. I'm putting away my fountain right now. I got a fountain there. My mint is up there. Have you ever had any of this?
I don't think so. Not on purpose. What is it?
If you go to a fancy restaurant, they're going to have you eat these in your salad.
Oh, go ahead, Judy.
Try
What is
that.
Go ahead. No,
Yeah.
I'll take Judy's word for
Try
it.
that. Take a bite. It's good for you.
Uh-huh.
It
right.
tastes peppery.
Peppery. It's catnip.
No. They put them in your salad. It's really good.
What's it called?
I don't know. Nasturtium, maybe?
This tastes like salad greens.
Mm-hmm.
Don't eat the flour, though, Judy.
Well, yes, eat the flour. It's really
You eat
good.
the flour.
Well, yeah, just make sure there's not a bee in it.
She says after she gets bit.
Now, do you feel the pepper?
Yeah, it's a little spicy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
bit.
It's yummy. So I got my sage, my parsley, my oregano, my rosemary I already brought in the house. The lavender, I have tons of lavender. And this is Russian sage. Smell that. Mmm.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Yeah.
And this is my sage that oh, here's some of my baby's breath blown away in the wind.
Blowing in the wind,
Blowing
baby's
in the
breath.
wind. But yeah, I try to keep all my herbs. My daughter says, I got all these jars in the house full of herbs. She goes, how do you know which one they are? I go, I'll label them for you. And if you've noticed, I got chickens and hens everywhere.
Chickens and hens everywhere. That's chickens and hens?
Yep.
Okay.
And I get roosters on mine.
Oh, you get roosters on yours.
Yes.
I won't ask for that
So
explanation.
this is a project working on right now. Is we had put a little addition on right here.
Uh-huh. And you gotta stone it up there.
As you can tell, I don't get to go anywhere on vacation. So because we're here working all summer.
Vacations are overrated.
Yeah, I know. So we live, we just right here was our vacation, and so I got a few years back. I got a swim spa, and
Ah.
so he put the foundation. We put it in there, and then he built around it. Because I want to use it year round. I don't want to just use it in the summer. So that's what this addition is for. I love it, and I don't know if you noticed, but my clothesline.
Yes, I see a clothesline.
He fixed it so I don't have to come outdoors.
Whoa, you got enough clothesline there to...
Yep. But it goes way to the big tree, and I don't have to come outdoors. I can hang things up all winter long. I love it.
Wow.
So yeah, I gotta get taller rocks to go in here.
Where are you gonna find them?
Oh, I'm sure we'll find them somewhere.
You want people to drop off rocks in your driveway if they're going right? No? No.
I get excited though when I see.
Yeah.
For Mother's Day one year, I said, Dickie, just get me a load of rocks. So he told all his friends, all I had to get was a load of rocks. Yeah.
Easy to buy for, especially at Christmas. A load of rocks for Christmas is
Yeah.
hard to put under the tree.
Look at
though.
all the rocks. If I had to buy them, I would,
Yeah.
This is your catnip right here.
Ah, that's where the cat's been chewing on it here.
Well, I've harvested most of it, but it smells like mint.
Mm-hmm, I know. I'm familiar with catnip. I used to have some.
Oh. And my foxglove, they start right now, and my oriental poppies, they start right now. Oh, and
Oh, there you go, good cat.
she's enjoying.
Yeah, that's catnip. Genuine stuff.
Yeah. Now I know why she comes in the house tired. And right here, I like to go to garage sales and find things that are very unique, and I've got that. And you'll never guess what this is.
Well, it's Keebler outhouse.
It is, and I had Dickie put all these little rocks around it. He's so good. But it's very special.
Does he
Let me
ever
go around you.
grumble and say, is that really necessary?
When I started working on the Whimsical garden, he's like, really? But this is special.
Oh, it opens up and
It hides it.
your meter reader's got to come here to read the meter?
Yes. And when I get a new one, I'm sure they have it down there saying it's in a little house, open the door.
Oh, so you got to keep this shoveled out in the winter then so they can get at it.
It's pretty, they walk in and they check it. And I do the every other month. I take a picture and send it to them.
Oh, okay.
You can do that now, the reading
Oh,
yourself.
okay.
Because they only do it every other month.
Yeah, as long as
Did
it
you
looks
see?
legitimate.
Oh, you could. Well, I would look out my window and all I'd see is the meter, and I told Dickie I was going to hammer it into the ground, and he said, you can't do that. It has to be so many feet above. I'm like, So,
There it is.
there it is. Just a few rocks and...
And this is patented, so don't try to build this on your own.
No.
They'll come after you. Dickie will come after you. They want his commission.
Well, this is it. Once we put that little tree, the fairy tree house in the front, all of a sudden I start seeing them popping up different places.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, huh.
Yeah, copycats. Got one blue stone in the whole place.
Yes, I do have another one. I'm just
Yeah.
remembering where I put it. I saw it somewhere the other day. I kept it. But yeah, I don't know what it's made out of, but I put it there.
It's not painted. It's natural color
That's
here.
natural. And my phlox, I've been starting to cut them down, but... And my skunk.
You got skunks?
I
Nice.
love my skunk.
Well, who doesn't like skunks?
Hopefully it keeps the other ones away. And that bird will keep the real birds away.
Oh, really?
Yes, I haven't had any in this year to
Huh.
take, because they come and they stand on the outside so still you don't even know they're there, and they'll get your goldfish.
Oh,
And when I had koi in there, what they do to the big ones is they would keep pecking at it till it dies, and then they would,
Then they grab it.
yeah, eat it.
Wow.
Yep.
So are you talking about herons or what?
Yes.
Huh. You
Yep.
think they wouldn't mess with a relatively small pond like this? But
Oh, he did. He'd come and stand here, and they look so like dinosaurish. You know,
Yeah.
they're so weird looking.
yeah.
But yeah, Chrissy gave me that for, I don't know, my Mother's Day. I think this past year.
wow, that's really nice.
I know, I love it.
Yeah.
I love the unique little things.
Instead of a scarecrow, it's a scare heron.
Yes. Yes, I have chickens everywhere.
And you got to watch where you're walking here because there are obstacles ready to trip you at any moment. Here.
Yes.
And you've got this little gazebo here.
Yes, Dickie said we gotta have some because the mosquitoes, they ate us up alive when we came outside. So he started building a gazebo.
Building a fireplace in there, so it's used more than just in the summer months, obviously.
Yes, he actually built a whole frame that covers the screen
Uh huh.
with plastic, and we actually cooked our Thanksgiving turkey out here one year and had Thanksgiving when my whole family used to come up for Thanksgiving. So we did that, and again, we're putting things in for storage. We get them out of we start putting stuff away. But you got to see the table he built me.
Okay.
Again, I come home one day and he says, "Come see what I built." I'm like, "Okay."
Now he didn't make this bear here himself, here though, did he?
No, that we went up to, where is it they have the lumber thing? Tupper Lake?
Upper Lake, yeah.
And actually there's two of them, and it had a bench, but it started to rot, and so I couldn't leave the bench on it because if somebody sat on it, it would fall. But there's one there, and I got the other one in the gazebo.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's where we got that. That was for our anniversary one year.
Yeah, early July they have that. All right, again, there's no flat rocks left in Moore's Forks area at all. They're all here. And this is a table.
Yep. So, Cohen, our youngest grandson, likes to play chess. And so Dickie decided he'd put it right in the table. And I said, Dickie, we could paint that on, but he made all little blocks, cut it out, put all little blocks in, and did them all separate. And built this. Wow. Yep. And Dane made this for Pepe's birthday. The horns fell off. We got to get some more horns on it because it's got to be a buck. It can't be a doe.
Well, no.
But yeah, he built that for him one summer, I think last summer. We try, when they're
Cedar
here,
deer.
we try to do things with them
Yeah.
that they don't get to do in Texas. And they get to do the four-wheelers, and they get to build, and they get to use all his equipment. And they go back, I think he was in second grade or first grade, and he goes back to school and he says, I drove a backhoe today last summer with my Pepe. And they're like, you did not.
Liar,
And then he
liar.
shows them the picture. Yeah.
All right, so he keeps his tools in here. He's not using. He
Well,
keeps
these
them
are
in here.
ones that I've harvested.
You saw them and wanted them, right?
I did. For decorations.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't use those anymore.
Whoa.
Yeah, we try to keep busy.
Pipe cutter and all kinds
You know
of
what
stuff.
that thing is?
Pipe cutter?
No.
That's not a pipe cutter, no. A horn cutter?
That's for horns.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Like I said, when I go to antiquing, I like to find things that are different and unique. And that I saw that and I go, oh my gosh, whatever it is, I want it. And again, if you look up,
Yes.
kids at NAC were making those, and they were going to toss them. And I go, if you're going to throw them away, I would love them.
Oh.
Everybody that sees them just admires them so
you have
much.
to take them down in the winter here?
Nope, they stay up. This is their third or
Wow.
fourth year.
Just a little string holding them up?
I got fish string, so it's pretty
Oh,
strong.
okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. And Judy just saw something.
What did you see, Judy? A clothesline? What?
Oh, a bell.
Oh, a bell.
You want to hear the bell?
Yeah.
If I ring the bell, we're in trouble. Don't make it too loud. Ooh.
Supper's ready.
No, actually, when we ring the bell, the neighbors come running to have a beer with Dickie. So yeah, I hate to ring the bell, especially because he's not done work yet.
Okay. Who's this face on the tree here?
There's a face in the tree. There's also something else in the tree over there.
Uh-oh.
We didn't see the north.
Oh, there's the other bear here.
Yep, there's the other bear.
Okay.
I have. Oh, there's all kinds of things in trees that we didn't see.
Okay. So this is a never-ending story here.
Got the umbrellas on. Over here I have. When I get excited, I can't remember anything. What do we call these things?
Oh, a praying mantis. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I got those in the tree, and I got down there. He's coming out of the tree, out of a door. So there's one here.
The face, and here's the praying mantis here. I'll zoom in on the praying. Oh, there's a couple of them there.
Yes, there are. So the kids, I'll take pictures and I'll say, go find all these things. I have a little fawn that I just put away, and it was under some ferns, and the kids got here and they're like, go get the gun, I see a deer. And I'm like, don't you shoot my deer. But I have, he's over here somewhere. I forget where I put everything.
Well, it's good. You can go on a hunt too then.
He's somewhere over here. Oh, I put him right here so when you go to the bathroom you see him.
Okay. Do I have to go to the bathroom now? I see him without going to the bathroom?
So the kids could walk on it.
Oh, okay.
A four-wheeler.
There's not somebody buried there.
No, not there.
Oh, okay. There's an elf coming out of the tree.
Yep, he's coming out of the tree.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah, and the chickmunks are loving there's so many cones this year.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Must be the nature's telling us something. It wants to plant some cones here because they're afraid the trees are going to die.
Well, a lot of them are, unfortunately.
Dry
this
air.
one's got to come out. We got a guy coming October 10th to get this one out so it doesn't ruin, fall in our pond.
Yeah, and it's right in the middle of some stone wall there.
Yep.
So you'll keep the bottom on it probably.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'll come up with something to put there, I'm sure. I don't know. I'm going to figure out how far down they can cut, how high they can keep it.
Right.
We got a big pine over here that's got to come out. It's dead completely in the front. That great big one over there. So we have to get, what do you call it, a cherry picker? And they're going to come in, they're going to take it out. Because before it falls and damages or goes in the road or whatever. I have my umbrellas over here up the pole.
Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Why are there nails on this?
Oh, that's keep score.
Keep score? Oh, your horseshoes.
For our horseshoes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And this is for your soda.
Your soda, okay. 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 Now, see, now I don't believe anything you've told me now. Now that you told me that's for your soda.
I don't drink soda.
I know that, so see?
I
There's
love all
birds
kinds of chairs.
and birds.
Yep. Oh, you didn't see. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness,
We're
oh
gonna
my
have
goodness.
to backtrack.
All right, we're going to turn all
We're
around,
gonna
do a
get busy.
360.
Oh, there's my rabbit.
Yeah, it's all the rabbits on the way through.
I try to keep wind chimes everywhere.
Oh, okay.
There's a robot Cohen made me. Every year Cohen and I make a big robot together.
All right.
This bird
Ah.
nest is made out of
barbed wire?
barbed wire fence. Yep. And it's so funny because I have two yellow birds in there. I come out the next morning and one's gone. So something must have thought it was real and took it.
Looks like a big yellow marshmallow.
It was gone and I couldn't find it anywhere. So it must have thought it was real and it was
It
gone.
ran off with it.
Yeah. It just took off. I've never found it.
Huh.
So it must have thought it was real.
I don't know, your cat's belly is kind of big here. Maybe that cat ate it.
No, she wasn't here. We had a cat that passed away, and I went and found my neighbor helped me find a kitten, and then the lady said, "Do you want the mother too?" Like no. But yeah, we ended up. I like my upside down trees. They make a nice platform.
Okay, that's a real tree that you just stick in the ground?
Yeah, it
and-
was dead, so we put it in upside down. We put the birdhouse on it. And the one in the front, we'll get there. That one I put all flowers hanging and blooming.
It's like an osprey nest,
Yeah,
it's
there
not-
you go.
30 feet off the ground.
This was one of the other statues that I really didn't want it, but I offered him for two, and he took me up on it, so he gave me that one. Then my umbrellas. I have
why
a
umbrellas?
lot of people stop to just take pictures
Of your umbrellas?
of the umbrellas, the chairs, the mushrooms. Yep. And over here, this was on a tree in the front, but the tree we cut down, so I put it here. And my niece, when she got married, she came and she took pictures on with this. They were in the window for their picture for their announcement. So yeah, it was Brittany and her husband to be.
So again, the wind hasn't destroyed this.
A couple times.
A couple times.
We had to take the glass out because if you keep all the glass in, it makes it go too much. So we
Yeah.
took one out. But right now the apples have pulled it down. So I told Zeke, I said, you need to straighten this. It's driving me crazy. So yeah.
Or he could teach you how to straighten it. So you could.
Well, he's got to have something to do.
Okay, yeah, he hasn't. He's been goofing off since we got here.
Yep. And again, that's my garden of chairs. I tried to put chairs everywhere. I've been starting to pick them up a little bit. So I usually take them in during the winter. If they're really bad, I leave them out because they
Yeah,
get to a point where there's not much to
can't
harvest.
salvage them anyway.
Yeah.
So
And this used to be all wildflowers. People would give me flowers, and when people give you flowers, they're usually ones that are aggressive and they take over. And yeah, so it's. And I've been putting lavender everywhere because I love to harvest it. It's all harvest right now. I don't know.
outside of smelling it, what do you do with it? Is it
I put it in jars. You put it in little pillows.
just room freshener type of?
Yes.
Yeah.
If when you rub the lavender itself on your hands, the oils, what we did at school is I would make, we had the white socks or black socks, and we'd put rice in it with some of the lavender.
Yeah.
And you put it in the microwave and you put it around your neck. So the kids made that for their mothers for Mother's Day.
Oh,
So I did a lot of hands-on things with the kids at school. But yeah, there's just, this is usually, any time of the year, there's usually flowers. Right now, I've just got the sedum that's flowering in your phlox.
yeah. So obviously, if we'd come here a month ago, there'd be a lot more flowers
Yes,
to look
there
at.
would be a lot of flowers. Yes.
And we got a little bench over there.
That was one of the first things he made. As
Okay.
we progressively went further and further into the woods, and here again is my garden dance
There you go.
against
flattening
the
it down.
moles.
Take that, your moles.
Yeah, because they get down under my roots. And then the telephone company just came. This was all full of lilacs, and they came and they put a new pole in and disturbed all my lilacs.
Darn telephone company.
I know. And I had grapevines all the way up. As you can see, they didn't take those down, but went all the way up everything. And they're starting to come back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they after the ice storm, I think, is when they put in this sign.
The sign. Oh, the road
Yeah.
sign.
And this pole came in after the ice storm, and they told me it was temporary.
Well,
Yeah.
well, that's only 22 years.
So when we
We're
were,
all temporary, you know.
yeah. So when I got to the point, I said, well, can we put that back somewhere not on my front lawn? Well, it's going to cost you a whole lot. I'm like, wait a minute, you said temporarily you were going to put it there.
Oh, was it across the road before?
Actually, it was way in the woods, going all the way back through the
Oh,
woods,
okay.
and they were up here constantly fixing it because of the wind and the trees.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay.
they were kind of like glad to get it out of the woods.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd have been happier if we'd have put it across the road.
Yeah, but they can't because they're across the road for nothing because there's nobody else is on that side of the road till you
So,
get to the Woods Falls
yeah.
Road.
Well,
The Joe
yeah, right there's a
Joe
house.
Wood Road.
Yeah, there's houses all over right
Oh, okay,
here.
is there? Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, but right now we have it underground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it had been a mess, so we left it.
All right, so we got another little island here surrounded by
Yeah.
rocks.
Yes, Dickie tells me I have to leave him a pathway to get to the pond.
Okay. Got some eggs. What kind of eggs are those?
Those are birds.
Oh, little birds. Okay.
Those are birds.
Those
If you
are
come
birds.
around,
Big
yeah, you'll
fat
see those
birds
are
there.
birds. Yeah, this is usually all flowers. I just been cutting everything back.
Yeah. Okay. So
And-
slow down to 50. It's hardly worth putting a sign up.
Oh,
Only
they,
taking 5 miles off the speed limit.
they never slow down. It's awful here.
So is this a county road or town?
County.
County. All
Well,
right.
yeah, county
So
or
the-
state. I don't know. County maybe.
So the town highway department didn't put that sign in.
Nope. Nope. And this is my upside down tree, and we usually load it with flowers. So I'll put Dickie up in his backhoe, and we go up there, and I have him in buckets, and he puts them up there. And on that side, he fixes me all. What do you call that? The tower of pipes and stuff, and I get up on top. I can't think.
The tower of what? Pipes?
You know, when you put it on the side of the house to work all of it on the outside.
She'll think of it. She'll call me.
Huh?
You'll think of it and call me. And
There
let me-
you go. You know what I mean.
Probably once I hear you say it, I will. But
See that? Look at them. Oh.
anyway, you got a plow here holding up your mailbox.
I do. I do.
And is this supposed to be a person here? What is this?
This is one of the things that I got at the estate sale. This is the one I wanted.
This is the one you actually wanted. This one, yeah.
This is the one I wanted, and he wanted too much.
I,
So I got it at a bargain.
I would hope so. I would think you not have a lot of bidders on this one here. But
Nobody wanted it but me, which is okay. That's fine because I love it. And my bear, I love black bears. All over inside the house, I have black bears.
not real ones, just
Just
make-believe ones.
that kind.
All right, another grinding stone over there.
Yep. So those trees, I just took me, I don't even know how many days. I just used that water pressure and cleaned off all those little posts and did all this, stained all this.
Uh-huh.
Talk about time. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. So I just got done that project. Cut these trees were big and I just cut them all back. Dickie goes, leave something.
So this pond here run all year round too?
This will run until, no, we turn it off.
Okay.
Yeah, because it would just freeze up.
Right.
We turn it off and put the stuff away, but we leave this one running longer. And we can hear it in the house all, it's so relaxing. Yeah, it's so nice. And in the spring, the frogs, I think there's 1,000 different kinds of frogs with different noises. Oh my gosh. They put me to sleep, they keep Dickie awake.
Oh, really?
Yes. He does not like the frogs. He does not like our frogs.
All right, we got a water pump.
Yep.
White pumpkins.
Those are ghost pumpkins, yes. I always do the ghost pumpkins because they're different.
Homegrown, you saying?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I do my own.
Huh.
The first time I saw one, I bought it and then I kept the seeds ever since.
Uh-huh.
And I just replant them every year. They're starting to come out more now. People are seeing them and
Yeah.
growing more now.
Okay. Yeah, so you got some more over here.
Yeah, I like to decorate with them.
And this is not a real fire hydrant, so when the fire department shows up here, they better not hook onto that, because they'll be
Actually,
disappointed.
I know it's not connected. I told Dickie I wanted one, and one of his friends from the highway department in another town said, "Well, we're taking all ours out. We don't know what to do with them."
No.
Dickie goes, "Well, I know what you can do with one." I wanted it.
Oh,
So,
I
yep, that's
think
how I
there's-
got that one.
There are fire department collectors that would love to have something like that.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back to where we started here, and this is a little tree here. What is this?
Yes, that was an apple tree when Dickie was growing up was here, and it's pretty much getting hollow and was dying off, and so I had him cut it up tall. I said, I'm going to think of something to do with that. And I kind of showed him what I wanted, and lo and behold, I come home one day, and for Mother's Day, there it was.
There it was.
And then I made a pole to match my big pole.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got the lights on it. It lights up at night, and eventually when it gets pretty much hollow, he's going to put little holes there so behind the windows I can put lights. So as soon as it gets hollow enough to, when he gets a few moments to hollow it out, I'm not going to push him on it.
Well, I don't know if he's actually working or just pounding stuff back there.
I
But
think
yeah.
he's fixing a wheel.
Yeah, he was working on his tractors when we got
Yeah.
here. He broke away just to get the water running for us and refused to come here and talk with us. So he said, with Pam there, I probably wouldn't get a chance to say much anyway. Do you think he might have said that?
No, he'd have gave us dates.
Yeah.
He's the one for dates. He would know all his dates.
He didn't remember exactly when he did something.
Yes. Yeah. He would know his dates and keeps track of that pretty much. So since I've retired, he's made me my paint shed. Right now he's in the process of making me a craft shed. He's built me enough shelves that I got to get him a t-shirt that says I'm a qualified shelf maker. I think I can put 32 tubs on the shelves. That's just the big tubs.
Are you a tub collector?
No, that's full of my stuff to do crafts.
Oh, craft stuff. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm excited about getting that done so that I can clean out my basement. That's why I'm cleaning out his truck right now.
So one hand washes the other.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, is there
definitely.
anything else, Pam, that you're going to say, oh, heck, I should have told them about that?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Well, you did see it. They're kind of gone right now, but those are all sunflowers across.
Over there, across the road.
I have
there,
an archway over there.
yeah. Is that your land, the hayfield
Yep,
over there?
that's our land over there. And when we lost our cat, we put it over there. That was kind of, it would get on the tractor with Dickie and go places with Dickie. So he kind of missed it. So what we did was when it passed away, we put it in a little casket and we put a tree next to it, and he's got his own little thing over there.
Okay.
And then I put my sunflowers over there, and then I got some other stuff that I'm taking out of my gardens and I don't want to throw it away, so I put it over there. It's like, oh my gosh.
Once they get this side of the road filled up. then
I
they'll
know,
fill up that
I'm
side of the
my
road.
own worst enemy because now you got to take care of it. But oh, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you dropping everything you were doing here to give us this tour. She was, as I said, vacuuming her hubby's truck, and I slammed on the brakes and said, oh, there is somebody out there. And I drove by hoping there would be, and it's a very pleasant day, upper 70s temperature-wise, and it's a nice way to spend a September 27th. So thank you, Pam.
You're welcome.
And even though we didn't get to talk to him at all on camera, thank Dickie too.
We will.
All right.
And come back when we have some flowers.
All right, and if you have any ideas what they can do, tell Pam so she can give it right to Dick and keep him busy.
He'll love you.
All right. Thank you very much, Pam.
You're welcome.